These your glasses are interesting. Nice. Is it from your lady? Oh, nice.
When you need glasses, you will know. Except because you don't need, you are doing recommended. No, let me greet my neck. Can you imagine? Those days, long gone.
A baby.
Yeah, it's a baby. 28.
28. It's only 28. I don't know what she will say about Elizabeth. That is who were celebrating him on Journalist Hangout.
Yeah, very big fan of Journalist Hangouts.
I don't miss it too, unless I can't be near the TV.
How it is, okay?
I get a lot of information from
Is this from Damola or Demola?
Yes, so I'm rocking my D-Force. Yeah.
The one that is a camera or something like that?
No, so it's I get to use it. Yesterday I used to pick my calls, and it was so strange because I know my ears are not blocked, and I could hear what the person was saying, that I was talking and the person could hear me. So this is D-Force smart glasses. I can pick calls without my ears being blocked from my back, and it's photochromic. I realized that when I'm on my phone after a long time, I start having eye pain, but I don't have it when I use it. At least from yesterday that I used it, and it's so comfortable. So I'm going to put my recommended lens into it as well, so that
do you use glasses?
I'm meant to have been using since 5. I don't see far. Like I cannot see, I can't read anything that is far from me. I don't recognize
that's
human
not
being that is
the
far
old
from
age one.
Auntie Annie, I don't have old age
come
anything.
to you, Maria.
And I have a birthday shout
not.
out. On it, yeah, my little presenter, Tomini Neolitiju, she's been on our show as my intern. Like, she was around, took pictures of everybody. She's clocking 15 today, and she's the next generation of what you'll be seeing on TV. And I love you. I love your passion. I love your dedication. Welcome to 15, Tominini.
Nice. Fantastic.
Welcome to 15.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Today I just want to talk about friendships, and specifically highlighting YK.
Oh, YK friendship.
I hope you remember this shirt.
Yes, I do. Actually, I do.
One of the birthdays, but recently I ordered some things, and you see, to bring it to Nigeria, just the shipping cost would have been massive, and YK took it upon herself to bring it for me free of charge. You know, apart from that, even the things that I got, my friend got it for me free of charge. Like I didn't have to spend £1 in this case, and I got the things and I got it delivered to me, and I'm just so grateful, because really friendship, you know, friends are wealth. Friendship is wealth. If you have that, you have everything. So thanks so much, YK.
Fantastic. Nice.
Thank you. Not well for announcing this. All
right, let's go on a quick break. When we return, look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
We're going to start with the paper review. Yes, YK made me lose my train of thought. The Nation, probe reports will expose top strike. Loma shuts markets. Tomorrow is Eid Maulud holiday. 98 Court of Appeal panel sitting on 1,209 polls petitions. Tribunal win victory for Sanwo-Olu, tells Negotiations. Access Holdings post gross earnings in Q1. Okay, which story are we taking?
Okay,
I could start.
I can go. Workers will soon be given wage award, but they're waiting until next week for the president to make the announcements himself. He says that the release of the detained officials of NURTW as a result of the ongoing crisis in that union, and as we know, they are an affiliate of NLC, and so that has been affected by the police. And also now the second one is the wage award, which he says, that they would do so once the president is here. Although the NLC is demanding that, you see, the president can work from anywhere. He can just send a directive, but on that. But then other demands, just so that we remember the demands that NLC have been making of the federal government and why they had been threatening strike. So they said that they want to, for how to cushion the effects of the subsidy removal for that was made May 29th. They're asking for tax exemptions, allowances to public sector workers, provision of compressed natural gas buses, the release of modalities for the 70 billion for SMEs, and immediate reversal of all anti-poor policies of the federal government. They're also asking to stop the increase in public school fees, the release of the 8 months withheld salaries of university teachers, and what they're discussing, but they're withdrawing the strike now.
Let's move on very quickly now. The SGF was speaking at the 63rd Independence Day presentation, where he was talking about the plans for the October 1st. And he was saying that the Nigerians will soon know exactly what happened at the CBN during the tenure of Godwin Emefiele. According to him, the president had appointed a special investigator who began weeks ago, and he's been giving the president weekly reports, which will soon be released. And I said we have a new team also at the CBN. The Cardoso is going to be screened today, or is it tomorrow, by the Senate for confirmation, and all the other 4 his deputies who are also going to be screened alongside him. So the SGF was just saying that most of the problems confronted us was because of bad governance, and the present government has confronted it by what they've done so far, and give us exactly what happened, and Nigerians will exactly know what Godwin Emefiele and his cohorts planned and did to our country.
Yeah, I wanted to take the Loma, the Lagos State Management Authority, Loma, has sealed off Oyimbo and Alaya Biagba markets on the Lagos mainland. They said who is the MD of Loma, he said they had been giving them series of warnings, but they did for their improper waste disposal, just generally market, Ladipo market, the plank market,
You now do okay, talking, you're good. We get
I didn't practice this one, so they've given to a lot of markets about.
Okay.
I think it's a good thing because a lot of the markets need to take responsibility for keeping up their
somebody will come now and they will now start posting social
point
media
fingers
and say that the government is not something.
I want to take the story of the victory of the candidate. Victory was contested, which is legal for the candidates to other candidates of other parties to do. The PDP candidate as well as the Labour Party candidate both could challenge the victory of the APC's gubernatorial election on the 18th of March, and the tribunal unanimously said that the governor's election was true, and the governor in reply,
struck out the other guys.
They struck out the other cases that they lacked merit. The governor has come out to say it is an opportunity for more work to be done, for greater achievements to take place, that it was a long, tough process, and that they are also once again extending the olive branch to contestants to more tribunal sitting in Calabar to judge the case of Cross River State election, as well as the Delta State's reserved judgment concerning Governor Sheriff. We were looking forward to that because there's been a lot of controversy regarding the Labour candidate Ken Pella contesting. Tribunals cost Nigerians a lot of money.
Yes,
like
so we need to
the tribunals cost us money. So yes, the lawyers, you are entitled to contest and fight for your vote, but please, if you don't just play to the gallery. We would always appreciate how much money, and Nigeria itself is spending money. At the end of the day, we would not say there was no merit to the case in the first place. So what are the lawyers now doing?
The Punch.
Making money.
Tinubu reviews document as CBN investigator submits interim report. Picture here of the National Youth Athletics lament poor conditions and maltreatment. Police arrest suspected Shagamu cult leader and 18 others. Jandor kicks as tribunal dismisses PDP LP petitions against the NLC Exco meets today. Vandals destroy 108 transmission towers, FG alleges sabotage. And Senate screens CBN Governor Cardoso deputy today. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Vandalism, Nigerian, so this and September. So the data was obtained by the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN. And they're giving us, how this has also affected distribution of electricity in these areas. The numbers are quite appalling, like what Nigerians get away with, actually. So they're saying that 27 towers were vandalized in Abuja. That's just during this period that is under review, not all the things that we've done long in the past. And then while 9 towers were destroyed in Lagos, Kano region recorded the highest number of destroyed transmission. They said about 52 towers were destroyed there. 10 towers were shattered in the regions Enugu, Benin. Anyway, government is calling it a sabotage. They've sent engineers, they're working on it, but this affects how electricity is transmitted in our different communities. In fact, we were talking recently about Ibadan, where there was no electricity for that community to get electricity. So what are we doing? We're doing ourselves, So I'm happy that we're talking about what we as citizens have caused ourselves, It's not every day shouting for government. How about you? What you're doing? How is it impacting your own community and yourself? So we need to be careful.
Okay, I was going to take the complaining because they had to sleep on the floor in Asaba. So the games are supposed to hold in Asaba, Delta State. Complaints by athletes and coaches over the poor accommodation and feeding arrangements by the games organizers. According to them, many of them were sleeping on the floor and using their bags as pillows. There were no mattresses, using their clothes as curtains. But the sports commission chairman, Tonobok Okowa, had envisaged that this problem was going to happen because, according to them, the games were slightly postponed because they felt that schools had resumed. So unfortunately, they couldn't get the hostels to be used, the schools' hostels to be used during these games. Now that schools have resumed, it's difficult for them to actually get accommodation. So what they did was provide halls for them, but unfortunately, those halls were not well prepared. Okowa said that they now promised them mattresses, pillows, and I mean the picture is really deplorable. See how children are sitting on the floor.
Yeah, some people took to X to talk about it. Someone said, if my child was selected for these games, after seeing this picture, I am pulling my child out immediately.
Yeah.
I will petition the state governor.
Exactly. Said they slept on the floor. We arrived in Asaba last Thursday. they were giving beds. 4 of us shared 1 student. It was just horrible.
Yeah, one guy lost. He performed poorly in it. He said it's because where they're sleeping is smelling, mosquitoes are biting him.
So why did they just cancel the games? Because, I mean, the reason the issue was that accommodate.
Postpone. You don't even have to cancel. You can postpone
it.
Another holiday period in December. So,
all right, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what...
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
It was great.
Okay.
Thank you.
We
Thank
try
you.
like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. What's the story? Should we move on?
No. I have a story. So the Senate is screening the CBN. They've elected Yemi Cardoso as to be the CBN governor, and today, Tuesday, there will be a screening of Dr. Yemi Cardoso to confirm him as a into a substantive capacity alongside 4 other nominees that will be acting as CBN deputy governors. Of course, Nigerians have huge expectation on what he's meant to do. We are hoping for a miracle within the financial sector. The screening would also be done to ensure that Nigerians, they said, because the Senate is going to be discussing the appropriation of the 2024 budget, and so it's important that we get this done and over with. That soon after resumption, the Senate will move on to discuss appropriation of the 2024 budget, and the 10th Senate is promising they will not disappoint Nigerians. They would ensure that they do what is expected of them.
Vanguard insecurity. Zamfara governor alleges FG in secret talks with bandits. Lagos governorship poll tribunal opposed Sanwo-Olu's victory. Oshodi Apapa gridlock. Sanwo-Olu's directive records partial compliance. FG to Nigerians, be patient with us on tough economic reforms. Strike. Federal government will soon conclude wage award to workers, says Lalong. We have over 39,526 pending cases, says appeal court president. And Tinubu has not reintroduced fuel subsidy, says APC. Okay, which story?
The Zamfara state government has been accusing the federal government of having secret talks with bandits. It says the federal government, he says that he has called for an urgent comprehensive investigation by the federal government in the ongoing secret negotiations with the bandits in Zamfara state. According to couldn't get him. But in Tribune says, I know that they got the minister who says that he didn't even comment that they have rescued some of the students that were kidnapped. He's saying that there are secret talks that, no, they are not.
Okay.
Yeah, so we heard that thankfully there are no human casualties, but of course, as we know, with all fire outbreaks, they lost some files, some computers as well. But then we had PDP in response to that, reacting to the incident. They said, this fire is suspicious. But we have Akande says that that there's no suspicious anything here, that the fire was a result of an electrical malfunction in one of the chambers. Luckily, because they have fire extinguishers on ground, they were able to put it off. But they lost some things and documents were judgment of the presidential election petition court.
That's good to hear.
So I think it's good that that is put out there.
So the APC spokesman, Felix Moka, has said that what Frank Shebu, who is the media aide to Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, saying that 169 billion was paid as subsidy to keep the pump price at 622 naira per litre is a lie. According to him, that specifically said that Shebu's claim that the fuel subsidy is back is not correct. Government intervention to ensure some measure of price stability and predictability does not amount to return of the ruinous fuel subsidy is to us in the recent past. The spokesman also added that in an unfledged statement outside by himself in this warped and misleading suggestions, that's referring to Shebu, that the ABC-led administration was hoodwinking Nigerians by propaganda. Marcus said that Shebu's pathological and cynical flippancy, he delved into matters he clearly didn't understand or lacked the constitutive capacity to understand as a result of political traumatic stress. Oh, I didn't. Political traumatic stress disorder, PETSD. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Arising from his boss's serial electoral failure. Oh my goodness. All right, so
politicians. The Mile 2 Apapa Oshodi gridlock. You know, the governor went to inspect the area last Friday. Vanguard has consistently reported that there has been a chaotic situation of traffic along the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway, and there is no end in sight. But when the governor came there were promises. There were
videos. It's giving instructions. I want you to pack up. Leave this place.
And we were expecting immediate response, but it was partial compliance. According to Vanguard, Vanguard is situated just by that area, so they have every day. They go through it every day. They said that it was partial compliance. They stayed on one road, on one lane. They are still on the road, just on one lane, as opposed to what they were doing before, which was absolute blocking the entire axis. There is free flow of traffic. Is at the special operation head, the team head, was saying that Mr. Hassan Adekoya said that it is possible to have free flow of traffic in Mile 2 if we just get people to obey the law. He said that the federal government needs to fix several failing portions of the road along the Apapa axis. It will reduce congestion, and that his team was doing all they can since his arrival to ensure that they are able to comply with their part. They are making this thing that we're taking as small story consistently over the years has caused a huge difficulty in people's lives, cost people lives, like people have lost their lives because they are unable to leave their houses within time, reduce the value of properties within that area. There's a huge economic impact if we just like
the government is going there every week.
They just comply. Like when people just block, they will block the entire road. Sometimes you want to leave your house, express is completely blocked by trailers and tankers.
Okay, moving on quickly now to the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story we've not taken. Diphtheria spreads across 105 local governments in 18 states, kills 453 children. Twist Nakeredolu deputy field. FG Zamfara government trade wars over a negotiation with bandits. Police arrest impeached Ogun local government boss Adedayo. Fire God section of Supreme Court's PDP demands investigation. Police confirm arrest of 19 suspected cultists in Ogun. And tribunal upholds Sanwo-Olu's victory, dismisses PDP and LP. Okay, which story are we taking? Should I take diphtheria? So like wildfire, the latest outbreak of diphtheria in Nigeria has spread to 105 local governments across the country, killing 453 children as of September 24, 2023. It's caused by the toxin produced by the bacteria, a vaccine preventable disease covered by one of the vaccines provided routinely with Nigerian children. Confirming the situation, this was that the NCDC had confirmed this situation. The agencies explained that as of this month, 24th of September, there's been 11,587 reported suspected cases, out of which 7,202 were confirmed cases from the 105 local governments. Unfortunately, 453 children have since died since this confirmation. Something has to be done quickly before it spreads to the whole country.
Please, there's a picture, that picture.
Bridge collapse on Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway. Ooh, I need to see it.
It's a terrible situation, and
it's Nigeria.
Yes, it is in Nigeria. A major axis that it would affect a lot of businesses and traffic. That is the Enugu Port Harcourt Expressway. Yes. The bridge has collapsed. Now, there were warnings on this thing. Same way there are warnings on some bridges in Lagos that we are not paying attention to. Let us deal with things in time.
So they replied that one. The commissioner already replied that the structural integrity is not compromised. And what we saw was just a plasmid. That the structure. I saw her press release on that one.
Okay,
there was a crack. There was a crack, and people thought that it's going to will collapse. She now said they've checked it. The structural integrity is not been compromised. It's fine.
Everybody do your work in time.
Plastering work.
Yes.
Yeah, that's your bridge.
Yeah.
That is all we can take on front page review. Yeah. Stay with us.
Wants to leave.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
You are a man. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni Yeni Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger.
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Rush on.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Ọmọ fella. Ọmọ Anikulapo Kuti. Wọ́n rò pé kí ni kékeré yìí.
It's by audition. It's not by audition.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi.
Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday, a viral video circulated online depicting Kai officials clearing the CMD Magodo road of illegal markets and shanties. However, it appears that these individuals weren't causing any disruptions or excessive traffic. Furthermore, this trade serves as their primary means of livelihood. What would be the most appropriate way for them to showcase and sell their goods? What do you think of this? I think on the show right now we have with us the mayoress of Ikosi Sherry, Princess Samiat Abolanle Bada, who will be joining us shortly to tell us exactly what this is about. But I mean, we saw the videos, and because it's so close to home, it's just right there. And the person I said, oh my goodness, Yellow, I know the names there, and Rafiu, and I'm like, I do my customers, I'm right there. I don't go anywhere else. So I'm like, those guys, I still bought snail there 2 days ago. Me, that means I still bought from what's in Kafaya. I went there to pick up a Kafaya, and I picked from Sunday yam, 2 tubers from yam from Sunday. So these are customers that I know. I was shocked. I had to call Sunday. What happened? He said they don't carry our goods, and I felt really bad. But I'm also trying to understand. I'm also trying to see the other side of it. That okay, are they constituting a nuisance?
I'm the one that I'm always complaining when people like you stop.
Yes.
Collect your
we don't disrupt traffic.
That's what you think.
How? We don't. It's 2 lanes.
Guess what? I drive through that road all the time.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel that their presence on the road, yes, it's their means of livelihood, constitutes a lot of hardship for other people because the roads are not even good. So we're now limited to drive through the bad spots because people are parked on the good side of the road. And then you now have public keke napep trying to drop off their own passengers, and because there's no place for them to drop off, they will now park beside. So there's and the road is not that wide. So there isn't even enough space for you to have that flexibility. However, human face, tomato and pepper, kilo de kai.
So what? So give them suggestion.
Tomato and pepper.
And what could they have done?
You stay there and tell them to carry their goods away.
How?
Why am I saying that? Everybody carry you have the next 30 minutes to carry your goods away from here now. Like right now.
Can I ask you this?
They do that, they go and park it somewhere else and also disrupt traffic.
The markets. We have a market in this local government that has been done to standard. If there wasn't a market there, we can understand. Everybody carry your goods away from the road. Because when you take away this, let me explain. These people will spend, they have 2,000 naira. The 2,000 naira has like 20,000 naira to buy a basket of tomato. The expectation is I bought 20,000 basket of tomato, I will make 23,000. And I will then go back again to buy. Then you carry the entire 20,000.
Okay,
how will they eat?
I am told the mayoress is already on the call, so let us find out from her the reason why this was carried out. Good morning, mayoress. We have Princess Samiat Abolani Bada. Good to have you on the show this morning. So we're just discussing what happened at Shangisha here yesterday, where Kai officials came to clear all our customers from the road. What's going on, madam?
Well, good morning. My name is Mrs. Samia Sabolani Bada, the mayoress of the city. But sincerely, I want to just tell you, the car that came into Ikote sharing Shangisha yesterday caught us unaware because I was not even part of what they came to did yesterday, and I was never informed for their present even at Shangisha. But to my finding, I is just an individual who did all this to all these marketers. Because I must be sincere with you, all those ones that are beside Adekunle Banjo, that had containers selling there, they have been constitute nuisance, even into the SCDA. For these people never come to them to disturb them, but just because this an individual wanted all these ones that sell tomato to get a container from him or her, and that was why he could invite the guy who came in. Because I must tell you, I never did a good work yesterday. They should have gotten us informed. Because you know how things are hard even in the country. If you are to talk to our people, I will come there myself and talk to them. Look, you are disturbing our road. You are not doing what is good. Why don't you go to the market we built for you? Okay. But the guys or whoever invited, they never got us informed. It's a causing because the state and the local government will work in hand to hand. Yeah. I don't know why you should come, and cause those calamities upon some people. Some of them borrow 10,000 to, get their daily market, to feed their people. And why will you now come? So don't do that without getting us informed. I'm not part of what they did. So they must be detecting. I'm sad and I'm not happy with it. Because if
that's the
work on me,
let me come in
here. I
here.
will have not what to do. I will have come there. Even tell them, look, you are selling at the main road and we don't want you to be there. And but not because someone, that him or she could use power on those words because they didn't get container from her, and that was what really happened.
Oh, okay. Let me come because that's okay. There's two things now. I was going to start with the human face, which the talker said earlier. You'd have done it better, but let me come to Mariam. What are your thoughts? Let me come back to you.
On the allegation, because there's some containers. So there are some places where there are containers. You see, I've been following this story. I've lived in this area for over 30 years since I've been married, and those containers are illegal. But they took it out one time. The owners are very powerful. they brought it back. So there are containers that shouldn't even be within the areas.
What containers?
Containers are like...
no containers shouldn't be there.
They shouldn't be there, but the powerful person brought it there.
If you want to get everybody that are selling on that road, it should be everybody. It should be everyone, not because someone is, feeding on those containers. And you now feel, if others did not get those containers from you or get a land from you there, you are going to deal with them. This is injustice. It's something that is not even worth it. And this particular person was telling me yesterday that the local government are collecting food from there. It's never like that. The individual went to preach because you have been looked at now. This individual went to preach the local government, ticket and giving them on behalf of us. But we never collect. I don't do that. I don't do anything clean. And we are because my heart is where my community is. I am particular about this community and I listen to their cry. I know what is going on in the country now. And we have to
let's talk about what we're going to do to fix it.
About what is happening. You can't disturb people who are just, if you are saying this one is not doing it well, you should.
Princess, give us a second. Let me get your question in for you, madam. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, Mayoress, see, I understand your pain, and especially for the caliber of people that were affected in this. But the truth is, they have been there constituting a nuisance for a long time. You said, why didn't Kai approach you? Had they approached you before concerning those who were running the business on the side of the road? And what have you done in the years to make sure that they were not there? And if after they had approached you, these people were still selling, on the side of the road, don't you think it's understandable why Kai would not trust you to be able to implement, that policy to move them away from the road? They're not meant to be there. Do you agree? And that they were constituting a nuisance.
That has never approached us for a day. I've called on Kai, even to come and clear this inside our council. Some people are causing nuisance there. They never come to do that. Why would you now take a patch here just because you wanted to satisfy someone who pays you? Let me just be sincere with you. You can't do that. If you want to clear everyone that's set on the road, it has to clear everyone at the setback of CMD. It must affect everyone, not an individual.
Okay. Please, can you tell us about the containers? I'm a bit confused and lost about the containers.
Okay.
Are they there and what are they doing there?
You know CMD, they did set back at CMD Road at Adepule Banjo. Some of these people causes a lot of nuisance there. At times they will bring deep sand with vehicles, trailers, and they will be selling lost cement sand at the same road. People have seen them, they are fallen on their guys. So come and assist us on all this, but that we don't want people. That's what they've been there to put away for them to work. I'll try my best possible. But Christ never supported all this fault. What is now that this individual now come to you, not for you to come and take away all this the petty seller, not because they never pray for containers. I will pray with you, but they never pray for containers, and you are now coming to injustice to that. It's like taking pressure in that local government.
Okay, so let's find out, Mayoress, what you're going to do about this right now. What do you plan to do to help these people whose wares have been taken?
All of them, you are taking the petty seller, you must take all of them away. That's my own justice.
Okay. So you're not trying to fight them to bring them back, but just clear everybody else.
Because the illegal containers who...
Please, let her finish.
We bring the gigantic market in the position. The international market is there. Food market is there. Food market is there. So we still have a lot of local jobs and key clubs that will be taken to be, occupied by marketers. So they can come in there. And we have my job. International market too. They should come in.
Let me get a few more questions in for you, please.
Yes, I have this question. For the goods that were taken yesterday, is there anything that can be done so that they can retrieve it? Even if it's a fine they need to pay, is there anything at all? Because as we know, with most people like this, that may be their whole...
I will try and contact them.
Okay.
Think they have to release those things. Because if you want to work in any local government, to get the person every later year, I want to come and work in your community, like the police. Don't take the man down. You can't just come in like that and do things. You know, people are in pain these days. People are in pain. We shouldn't have to people's pain.
Yeah.
A lot of them went to take LAPO. The one of them went to take loans. To do all this, to sell on the main road. And you are doing all this to them. If you are doing all this to them, you want to do not for all of them. I'm repeating it. It has to be everyone. Not even one side and, you know, taking one side away.
Right. Do you know if Kai gave them a notice before coming?
Have they before?
Did Kai give them any notice before they landed there?
When I said they never gave any notice, I was never informed. You know, I'm a gas person. But what I inquired, what I did was because the occupiers said they are disturbing all these ones. They disturb all those ones that had container. They better allow them to sell. And the owner of those containers now said that they are going to make sure he did it to them, and because by the time they come, they will take their thing away. It has been there that he's going to do, and she did it.
Okay. I have a question for you, and the question is: I know that I've been to the fruit market, I've been to the Sanwo-Olu International Market. It's a beautiful market, and it's going to cost money for people to go there. You see, these are on the road. These women on the road, they cannot afford the shops. Let's be realistic.
Let me tell you.
My question, ma.
The international market is for those ones that sell plastic things, and it's not much. If you rent your shop, you can't rent it more than 200. If you are buying, you buy for 6 points. The international, you buy for 6 million naira. But if you want to rent, you can't rent a month. You cannot rent more than you cannot rent more than maybe 10,000 naira for a month. And if you come into fruit market, we have land there that you pay daily. You just need to take 100,000 naira a day for your things. We have different categories cannot afford. All of this is affordable and you can verify. Go in there, you will see what I'm talking about. Even the first one is, you know, two is almost still off. So we are looking for ways to put them again.
All right. Let me just ask this final question before I let you go, because I know we just called you impromptu. Now, for those of us, someone like me that patronizes those guys on Shangisha, the reason why I don't go to Ketu markets is because I never see parking. So what are your plans to provide parking spaces for people like us who like to drive in and then go shopping? Because that's a major issue of parking.
Sanwo-Olu International Market, you will see it's a funky place to shop with.
Please, man, you know we are your customers. We are your constituency.
Very special. It's something I can ask you. I can take you for a tour round. Home there is an open place. It's somewhere you can afford to even come. By the time you come, you tell your neighbor to come and shop there.
Okay.
It's a funky place to shop with.
Okay.
So we understand about the Sanwo-Olu International Market. I'm saying the fruit market, the one right beside your office, the LCDA. We have been parking there for years.
The fruit market, you know how
the fruit market, yes.
You know how it was, but you know how it is now. When you go to the fruit market of today, you will give it praises.
And I know that you have done work inside.
Is really working.
The question, ma, is that we pay for the local boys to park, and we're parking in the same. That place has been like that for the past 10 years. The fruit market road where we park, there's been no improvement.
We have, when you come in, there's a parking place at the back. When you come there, these are the things I said we needed Kai for. Now we don't come and hurt on those ones too. Now we go about working all those ones that are their daily bread. Those ones we needed them for because I've been working day and night. Don't park there. You know, I can't do it all alone. So we see that they try to assist us on all these ones.
Okay.
There is no way it's not left for the security agency to assist us in the
implementation.
Hello? Oh, yes, I think we lost her. Hello?
come and park. Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
We know the parking sake. We'll tell our people, come and park here, come and park here. Some things are difficult to manage. They will not listen. This is where we need all the security agencies to assist us in.
Yeah.
And we have done this, and we tried, and that is where Kai should come in.
Okay. That's where we need Kai.
Kai should come
Okay.
in.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let me let you go, Miras. I think I really appreciate the shot. Some people are asking me to ask you about the market, the K2 market, all those on the roads. Would they be cleared away? That's towards the foot markets. Would those guys be cleared? I mean, so these are things
We
that...
want them to come to clear those ones on the road, besides the local government. If Kai can come here, those are the things you want.
So, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice day. We're going to go on a break. I think we'll just discuss this very briefly when we come back, just to understand what we just heard and then take it to the next level. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni, Yeni, Anipulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger!
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink out?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half?
Thanks for staying with us. Just a review of what Mayoress Samia Tabolanle of the Ikosi mentioned to us. She was really complaining about the fact that Kai came into her local government without any information to her or resulting to her initially or officially mentioning to them that they plan to intend to clear out the illegal selling, the legal structures of selling fruits and vegetables on the Shangisha area in Ikosi-Ketu area. But then she brought up issues again. I mean, what are your thoughts on, because you understood her moves on this table.
So what the mayoress was alleging was the fact that she, as the LCDA chair for Ikosi area, had requested for Kai to deal with some particular issues, illegal markets people by the local government, and also on this particular road, the permanent structure, especially those that were selling cement and were really constituting nuisance when they are offloading their cement there. And
they have built illegal structures.
And the illegal structures that have been built, they did not answer, they haven't answered her appropriately. And then she now found out about the stinct operation that took place, stinct operation that took place yesterday, where someone must have petitioned Kai to come and clear only the local wheelbarrow marketers on the road, but still left the illegal structures that were also constituting nuisance. So she said, based on her investigation, because she's a grassroots person, she found out that from the local people that were selling these cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers, that the reason they were taken out was because the owners, the people that had container shops, are complaining that they are market, and that's why they were taken out. So based on this,
do they sell the same thing?
Yes, there are some shops where they sell. The snail person has a shop.
Yeah.
The snail person.
There are two shops. That snail person is towards the lady that sells boli.
Yes.
But I don't buy from the lady in the shop because the reason why I don't buy because she's parked. She's at the bend. I can't park on the bend. I'll be blocking traffic. So I rather park further down where a lady who's not obstructing traffic, because that way where that woman is, I can't park there.
So you see the problem.
So that woman will complain.
Yes.
Because she's paying rent.
And she's selling snail, and you're not buying from her, you're buying from another person who does not pay rent and is selling the same product. So those were the issues. So the mayoress is saying that clear everybody, all the illegal,
especially those even in the Ketu markets who are obstructing in the local government area. I know those ones. Trust me, serious obstruction.
And she says she cannot do it.
Yeah.
Because our own job is to provide basic solutions to local problems.
Yes.
But she needs law enforcement to be able to implement those laws.
Yeah.
There are thugs beside her office.
Yeah.
She can't come out and fight the thugs.
Exactly.
It's not her job. Her job is to call Kai and other tax force to come and help her.
Let me take this call. Olatunde from Yanokwaja. Thanks for calling. Morning.
Yeah, you guys are doing wonderfully well.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to speak from this. Now, first of all, I really appreciate the mayoress appointment, but I believe she can do more. It is time the government begins to understand that these people are part of the society. And like she said, some of these people probably they took NAPO to buy those goods. 50,000, 100,000. The NAPO people will come back to drag them. And we hear stories about all these incidents, and we only pity them that, oh, they this and that. But I think solution to this issue, I think there's a flower garden around that area. If there's a way they can create a space of maybe just a plot to make a little market for people like that, where they will pay probably 5,000 naira per month or 3,000 naira per month and have the space to sell, instead of having a flower garden that nothing is happening there.
Right.
And that would give a revenue for the local government as well. And by so doing, it's a win-win situation. These people will thank you for that you recognize them in the society and they are able to make ends meet.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Latine.
Okay. Yes, we also need to talk about what, a lot of Nigerians are also highlighting, which is sometimes in doing this, we are so hypocritical. Unfortunately, the governor of our state has been highlighted in this case. He said there are videos of him where he's bought things on the roadside.
It was yesterday. He was saying he was in Apapa. It was this week. But
Good. So if, as,
then that was
he also needs to show that this is not acceptable. By not...
But is it not acceptable? It's our culture.
No, it's not a matter of culture. We're trying to move Lagos State to a smart Lagos, to a better Lagos.
Move Lekki and Ikoyi to a smart city. We are okay here in K2 as we are. Our structure works for us.
When you stop to buy things from there, anytime we're going there, I feel so irritated by those of you that are stopping on the side of the road to buy things. It's unfair.
The reason why I would never obstruct traffic, because the reason is that lane is about 2 or 3 lanes actually. Because when I park on the road, the two lanes can actually still drive through. So I am not obstructing you from moving forward. And I am not obstructing you. I will park well,
But because you have parked, the second person that needs to park will park a little bit into my lane, and the next person that needs to park even a little bit. So you started the problem.
No, you can't say because we want to go a mega city, you now remove Boli, now remove you can't do Boli inside. Yes, you cannot, because that's not who we are. So 1 second you want to be African, next time you want to be foreign.
We allow Boli on Bodilon Road or Gerard Road.
No, there are places I will go and buy it in Falomo. Yes, Bodilon is a residential. Just like I will not allow. Listen, just like Waike, listen now, hear me. We will not allow Boli inside Magodo. It's a residential estate. But Magodo therefore has somewhere else you can go and buy your Boli. There's a street of CMD where they're all there. It's like a depot of corn sellers, Boli sellers. They're all there. Same way in Bodilon. Bodilon to have no. Get it right now. Even Bodilon, there will be corners or inner streets where you can buy those kind of things.
I should not help her.
No, because I'm saying though.
No, I've never seen in Ikoyi. I've never seen
any. You know how Ikoyi people are dying to go and eat Boli.
It does not matter if it is not an area that has been put aside by government to say you can do your outside trading, then it's illegal. And
Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that one. But let me let you come in.
All the road sellers are illegal, but it has become a mainstay for a lot of our young population. So the government needs to understand that and create a space for them. So there are some setback areas that we can drive into, and once you drive there, you are buying the local foods that you probably want to park on the road to buy, but you will need to drive in. Nigerians don't like complying in and driving in. We want to buy pepper on the road, onions on the road, bring the fish,
even your car self,
buy it on the road.
NGO oil you buy on the road.
Was not on the road. We will buy it.
Let's take it out and put it into a place where you can drive it, so it doesn't disturb or obstruct.
I'm just saying,
can I make an observation?
Local solution for local problems.
Yes.
Did you notice how the carry sellers,
They were so happy.
No, how
they were pouring the tomatoes.
No, they were taking it gently.
Yes,
so that it will not. Don't break, don't spoil.
I feel that
this one is going to our office.
Very important. Can Kai return? Can people go and claim their baskets? And
we don't know if they have the possibility they've already given it to them. Usually things happen like that. But let me take this call, because we've seen them pack these things and the next day they usually get them off.
I know they were packing the yams. The yams did not break.
I think I have a call.
I like to buy suya. I'll go and look for.
I'm so sorry. Hello, you've been on hold for a while. Good morning. Thanks for calling. I'm so sorry.
Miriam, you're so proper.
Hello.
Good morning.
Kilani, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay. We use illegality to solve illegality.
We can't hear you.
I can't hear you, Mr. Kilani. I'm so sorry.
We can't hear you.
I'm not for illegal structures. I think I have enough education to know that I can't park on the road to obstruct traffic. However, I also understand that. I'm just saying, I also want us to understand that because we are in Africa, all of us cannot enter the stores to buy fruits and vegetables. We will buy on the road. And we must understand that local problems need local solutions. I mean, that's what the LJ chairman was saying, that listen, inform us. We know how to tell these guys, move your things and go to the market. There are ways of doing it. As somebody who lives in an estate, I've not been to their place recently.
Recently. Packing, you pay money, you pack. I think that even the developed countries are now buy from stores, used to buy on the road. Somebody felt this was a better way to live and then migrated them into a better way. So we must always
grow into that gradually.
Yes, but not by wickedness. What they did now is wickedness. What they've done now is to impoverish people. Some people are taking loan and they don't have any way to pay back those loans when you take their goods out. So with a human face, let's migrate, create the growth that we want to achieve. That's why I asked the mayoress the question that how affordable are the places in the market that you want to put them, and she explained that you could even buy a plot of land, you can pay 100 naira per day to rent that place. That's education. So imagine instead of cutting their goods away, the Kai gets there, the mayoress takes a speaker and announces, because when she wants to campaign for votes, she will carry the speaker and go and campaign there to those local people and say, vote for me, I will speak for you. So when you now want to implement change, with that same way you go when you want to campaign.
That's why she said Kai should have come to her and should have done the right thing.
Because when crime increases within her local government, she will feel it. Kai will not be there to feel the issues when
I have to take Larry. I'll come to you, Mariam.